everyone. Hey everyone. In this video, I'm going to be talking about other factors that affect control of gene expression. We had already talked about the main bad guy or the main influencer of gene expression, which are transcription factors. So transcription factors are going to be proteins, and they're usually made from DNA in other parts of the genome. So these are proteins that are going to affect the rate of gene expression. These could be growth signals, division signals, secretion signals. They can be any number of things, but transcription factors are just proteins that are going to change the rate of gene expression, and usually they increase the rate of gene expression. Now, other factors that might affect gene expression would be something like light exposure. So think about those foxes or those rabbits that are in the summertime brown colored, but in the wintertime they change to, that's supposed to be colon, they change to white. This is because the amount of sunlight that they are getting is going to influence the color of the protein that's produced in their coat. So, for example, in the summer or the spring, those organisms tend to be brown. So I'll just use the fox as an example. I think it's called the Arctic fox, is brown. And then in the fall and winter, let's try fall and winter, they change to white. This is because the amount of light that they're being exposed to is decreasing in the fall and winter, and so their coat changes color. You could also even think about this in terms of plants that shed their leaves. So the amount of light is consistent in how it changes in the fall and winter. And this is the signal for plants to start dropping their leaves. In the spring, you really can't use temperature as a way to judge whether or not spring is here, because in the spring you'll get one day that's like 80, and then the next day is down to 40, and then later in the afternoon it gets up to 70, and it's all over the place. So light exposure is a more consistent way for organisms to determine at what point of time in the year it is and how they should behave differently. Another example of another factor is going to be pH exposure. And so with pH, what happens is, and this is mostly in bacteria, they can alter the genes that they are producing, the proteins that they are producing in different pHs, because remember that proteins will have different pHs that they work best on, or their optimum pHs, so they can alter the proteins that they're producing to ensure that they survive. Survival. Okay, and again, this is mostly with bacteria or prokaryotes that don't have the ability to move away from an environment. And so they're going to have different genes that are activated at different pHs to make sure that they're able to survive the changing conditions. Another example would be the presence of toxins. So some organisms are able to produce counter toxins. They're able to produce proteins that will help neutralize toxins that are in their environment. Proteins or even enzymes to neutralize the toxins. And depending on how much toxins are in the environment, some organisms are adapted to live in very, very toxic environments because they have multiple genes that produce many different types of counter toxins to whatever. There may be other molecules as well that just kind of in general anything that they give you that's in this other molecules category, they would have to give you enough background information for you to figure out, oh, this is a transcription factor, therefore it's going to alter gene expression. So this might be growth factors, growth hormones, chemical signals. This might be mating signals, which we call pheromones. But again, any one of these is going to be something that College Board gives you enough background information for you to understand how this is affecting the rate of gene expression. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.